On a whim, I bought a cheap, beat up surfboard on Facebook Marketplace. And I thought it might be a fun little project.
Yeah, she could definitely use a little TLC.
It's a good board too. It just had been kind of beat to hell.
With a jitterbug and a couple of my sanding sponges. Then we wipe the thing down with some rags and we spray the out of it, we paint it. I think we're gonna be good. Let's go to Lowe's. We need paint and clear coat. And then maybe we'll do a little safari. And if we like what we see, we'll get in the water. And if we don't, we'll come back and we'll be artsy fartsy and we'll get in the water later.
But I thought it might be a fun little art project to rehab the board, pretty it up a little bit, make it look kind of cool, and bring it with us to Barbados, because that's where we're going. I've been sneaking away on the weekends to shoot a film, mostly in Canada so far, but now we get to do the fun part of the film, which takes place on a tropical island where the air temperature is 84 and the water temperature is 84, and I'm super jazzed about it. So in a moment of boredom, because I thought it might be fun, scooped up a cheap board off on Facebook Marketplace that had been kind of beat up a little bit and had a really horrendous patch job on it, you'll see.
Got a little art project today. We are going to try and rehab that cheap beater board that I bought. See if we can get it to a point where it doesn't look like garbage and it won't sink.
Go fast, I'll die. Not my company, but it's words to live by. If we've got a Minwax spray paint, I'm gonna try and find two that won't react with each other. But I don't know that I'm gonna be able to find one. But I'm gonna hold on to this because I dig this. That'll do. One roll of blue. Let's see what we got with Mexico.
And the green ones and the blue ones. Is the green one open? Can I use the green one?
I think so. Yeah, we got stuff for an art project. Go for a little coastal cruise. See what we see. Looks motivating. We'll get in the Pacific.
So yeah, we're gonna fix up this board that I got on the cheap with this. Like a vacuum cleaner, but not. But we got into fixing it. We sanded down some of the stuff. The rails are intact, which is good. Stringer's intact, which is good. The fin boxes are intact, which is good. Nose a little beat up, tail's a little beat up. I ended up going through like 37 sanding pads doing this.
It looks good. It feels a little weird still. But we're getting there. Much better. I know it looks ugly right now, but like I always say with the silver stuff, trust me.
I think we're good. Now we got a cleaner, but we're smooth. Not mad. So the board itself, I'm gonna sound a little bit like a surf nerd when I talk about it, which probably won't make sense to a lot of people, but I recognized the shape. I wanted to buy one a long time ago. It's a board by a company called Firewire, and the board is a Seaside and Beyond. It's a fish, which is fun, set up for a twin fin. But as far as fish boards go, you typically surf them a little smaller than your standard surfboard, but I'm at a weird point in my surf life where I require a little bit of extra assistance from my surfboards. So I actually went up a bit.
Not to do that. Also part of the process. Don't judge me.
Got it. Instead of surfing like a 5'10" fish or something like that. This one's a 6'3". A little bit more foam, a little bit more float. I like the shape. It is widest kind of at the 2/3 mark towards the nose, which is where the bulk of my weight is when I'm sitting on the board, which is good. That helps keep me up out of the water a little bit, paddles faster. It had a paint job as well that also needed some work. So we just did it. We tried to kind of sand it flat and make it work, spray painted it black, put the Jerry Lopez lightning bolt on the top. If you don't know who Jerry Lopez is, he is a far better surfer than me. So unfortunately, I'm not gonna be able to provide you with Jerry Lopez quality surfing in this, but we are gonna take you someplace pretty with this cool little artsy-fartsy thing that we brought.
It's okay. And the lacquer dries really fast. She's dry already.
You know, for a super cheap board, I think it's gonna do pretty good. Spray paint turned out pretty good. Lightning bolt turned out pretty good. And then we clear coated like mad so that, yeah, it would stay afloat, stay waterproof. It was part construction project, part art project for a functional piece of art.
She good. All right, let's do the bottom.
That's it. We'll use whatever's left on the top, just give it a little bit more. Good to go. I've been up in LA taping a lot and we don't have much time left until we gotta travel. So I wanna get the board in the water at least once, maybe twice, and see how she feels and see how I surf it and stuff like that. But the weather is super weird right now. It's some days where it's super bright and shiny and some days where it's absolutely freezing cold and the skies just look angry and steel gray. So on the plus side, yay, science. We get to test it in a bunch of different conditions. Oh my God. Okay. I think she's done. All right.
Takeout. This thing is super fun. Super fun. We got some waves today. All right. It's not bad for almost 62.
See what we're working with. Like,
he's working!
I like it. But that's what I mean. Like, look at this though, dude. There's gems out here.
Oh yeah.
It's just a question of picking the right one. Let's see what we got here.
Oh, dude.
I say we paddle out.
Yeah. Look at the rights coming through.
We're here, we're parked, it's empty.
Yeah.
Like, how much better is it really going to get than that?
Very first day surfing the board, met up with Ryan and his friend to go surf a spot that I've not surfed before up in Oceanside. It was really, really good. The air temp was really cold, but the water temp was actually not that bad, which is kind of stormy, but it wasn't crazy windy. I don't know, it was an odd combination of things, but there was some oomph in the water, which is nice. So sometimes the waves, when they're tall enough, and if the wind conditions are right or non-existent when they break like this. And if you're good, sometimes you can do that, which we call getting barreled, which is super fun. One of the rites of passage as a surfer. And we all remember the first time it happened to us. It's a thing. Hoping that happens in Barbados, that would be great. Getting barreled someplace tropical is way better than getting barreled someplace cold. So yeah, fingers crossed for that. The waves were cool. They were hollow, which is really nice. Not super huge, not super powerful, not like terrify you session, but fun session. But yeah, very first day, testing it out. And yeah, it floats. It definitely floats. Paddle faster than I thought it would because it's one of the smaller boards in my quiver these days. Super loose and skatey. It's gonna take me a minute to get used to this thing underfoot because I've been surfing longboards all summer. So I basically chopped my board in half and then went out there on half the surfboard I've been surfing for months now.
So, we took the board out to test it out. I don't know how to use adjectives that are appropriate to describe today, but let's just say it was different. So yeah, I don't know that I got a full scientific rundown of the board before we take it to the island. So I guess the testing is going to happen in the tropics. It tastes so much better than failure.
I am very jazzed to take this into very warm ocean water with, hypothetically speaking, fun waves. So keep your fingers crossed for me. But unfortunately, we are out of time and it is time to go. So we're gonna pack and prep. If you've never gone on a surf trip that requires airfare before, I'm gonna show you how to take care of your boards because they won't. So yeah, let's get started.